Good morning, students. Welcome back to your science class. Today we will start with the revision of the chapter Microorganisms, Friend and Foe. So let's start the revision. What is a microorganism? This is a term used for a living thing that is too small to be seen with the naked eyes. So what should be the definition? Microorganisms are very tiny, one-celled organisms, viruses, fungi and bacteria, and are found everywhere in the world. They are found in all living things such as plants and animals. There are 5 groups in total: bacteria, virus, fungi, algae and protozoa. Now, what is the microbiology? The study of microorganisms, which are tiny organisms that live around us and inside our body. So, this is a branch of science. Let's talk about the bacteria, a very large group of microorganisms comprising one of the 3 domains of living organisms. They are prokaryotic, unicellular and either free living in soil or water or parasites of plants or animals. For example, E. coli, Staphylococcus, Vibrio cholerae, etc. They can be harmful, they can be helpful. Next one is virus, an extremely small living thing that causes a disease and that spreads from one person to animal to contact. Example, rhinovirus, common cold or flu virus, influenza virus, mumps virus, polio virus, and yes, now we are suffering with the pandemic situation due to the coronavirus. Most of the viruses are harmful to us. Next, fungi. They are fixed in one position, they cannot make their own food. That means they are saprophytic in nature because they feed on dead and decaying plants and animals. Some fungi attack living plants and animals. So fungi are also helpful and harmful. Example, mushroom. Algae, a group of aquatic photosynthetic eukaryotic organisms ranging from unicellular to multicellular and generally possessing chlorophyll. That's why they are autotrophic in nature, but lacking true roots, stem or leaves. That's why they are very primitive kind of plants or trees, you can say. Example, Chlamydomonas, Spirogyra, Volvox, etc. Now, what are the protozoa? They are the extreme primitive organisms, just like you can see amoeba, euglena, paramecium, plasmodium, etc. Most of these are harmful, unicellular and smallest microbes. They are a parasite, or you can say they are saprophytic in nature. Only euglena has chlorophyll and prepares its own food. Example, amoeba, paramecium, etc. Microorganisms can be used in various ways. Like in agriculture, they are used in case of seed treatment or increasing soil fertility. They are used to produce curd, alcoholic beverages, etc. They are used to produce antibiotics, vaccines, etc. in case of medicinal purposes. They are used to clean the environment. They are used to promote the plant growth, nitrogen fixation, control of plant diseases, improvement of plant nutrient and the availability, and balancing the soil fertility and the pH. So in these ways they can be very useful to us. Now, what is antibiotic? The medicines which kills or stops the growth of disease causing microorganisms is called antibiotics. Some of the antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria are streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, etc. Antibiotics are used to treat many diseases in humans. Now, what is vaccine? The body has its own mechanism of providing immunity. It produces antibodies to fight against foreign particles like bacteria, virus, fungi, etc. To enhance the immunity, vaccination is done. You must have seen children being given polio drops and several injections as vaccines. These are the forms of vaccination. Vaccination is the process of giving a vaccine orally or by injection which provides protection against a particular disease. A vaccine contains weakened or killed forms of microorganisms. This, when entered the body, stimulate the immune system of the body. Now we will study about the harmful microorganisms. Diseases that can be spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. They are caused by pathogens that can enter the body through the air we breathe, water we drink, food we eat, or can also get transmitted by contact. So, what are pathogens? A pathogen is a microbe or microorganism such as a virus, bacterium, fungi, etc. that cause diseases in its animal or plant host. Prion is a kind of virus, and you can see the examples of the pathogens like Plasmodium causes malaria, Vibrio cholerae causes cholera, poliovirus causes polio disease, influenza virus causes influenza disease, coronavirus causes COVID disease, etc. Now, what is food poisoning and how to prevent it? First of all, we have to understand what is food preservation. Food preservation is the process of treating and handling food by physical or chemical treatment to stop or slow down its spoilage. The food materials like milk, fruits, bread get spoiled easily because they are left unused under moist conditions. The wastage of these food materials can be reduced by using appropriate methods and techniques of preservation. So, what is the advantage of food preservation? Reducing food wastage, availability of food supply, especially out of season at every place, increasing the shortage period of foodstuff, making up for dietary supplements. Now let us talk about different methods of food preservation. The first one is dehydration or sun drying. Removal of water from fruits and vegetables is called dehydration. For example, vegetables are generally preserved by sun drying. Next, heating or smoking. It is used for dehydration of food items such as meat, fish and their products. Next one is boiling. It is used for killing germs in milk at home. The next one is salting and sugaring. The presence of high concentration of salt drains out the water from food materials through a process called osmosis and prevents bacterial growth which spoils the food. Amla, raw mango, tamarind, beans, fish and meats are often preserved by using salt. And jam, jellies and squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar syrup containing more than 68% of sugar also stops bacterial growth as very less free moisture is available. The next one is adding oil and vinegar. You might have noticed oil and vinegar being used in preparation of the pickles, chutney, ketchups and squashes. And now some chemical preservatives are there like sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite are used in jams and squashes. And pasteurization. Milk is made germ-free by pasteurization. In this process, milk is heated at 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and is then suddenly chilled and stored. This prevents the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. So that's all for students. Here ends the chapter. I hope the entire chapter is clear.